as we continue to wait out this football silence, I thought it'd be a perfect opportunity to take a little look at La Liga and to see who'll come out on top and who will go down to League 2. Let's go. Right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. This time we're taking a look at La Liga, and we'll get to that in just one second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things La Liga related, Blackburn Rovers related, world football related here under one roof. Now, behind me should be the final results that I've predicted to make up the math and come up with the outcome of this division. Who's going to be the cream of Spain and who's going down to the Segundo division. So before we jump into that, in fact, big shout out to the boys, the Patreons, for supporting the channel at this time. We're talking John Spurn, Aztec Mark, Mark, Daniel Mellor, Cody Cahoe, Constable 1976, Mitchell Schoen, Tom Clark, Tom Beresford, Russell Frost, and of course, No Code Drinker. Big shout out to the boys for supporting the channel right here, right now. If you want to join the exclusive VIP gang of the Massive 10, I'm going to come up with a new name for them bad boys. But if you want to join the gang, there is a link down below in the old description, patreon.com/overseas. For the price of a cup of instant coffee, you could support the gang just like those guys, and you'll be forever in my debt, or I'll be forever in your debt, and you'll also be my new best mate. Anyway, folks, check that out if you got a minute or two. But until then, let's get cracking and take a little look at the old Vortex. It is the old Spanish division. Now, obviously, 20 teams in the division as it stands, but 3 of them are going to go down. So we're going to start with 20th spot. On the right hand side is the current positions out in La Liga, and on the left is where I think they're going to end up. So what's going on? Who's in number 20th spot? Well, I think it is Espanyol, and that's they've actually had a nightmare season. Flip-flop with managers as well. They also start the season in the Europa League. But my oh my, they're actually gonna make a little bit of progress. But unfortunately, it's not going to be good enough. They're going to be playing in the Segunda division next season. But who's going to join them? That's the question. I think if they are to get out of this, it's going to take some dramatic surge, and you need to be very fortunate with the next few games whenever they come about. Next up we have Leganes in 19th spot. I do see them going down as well to 20th, so they're going to flip-flop between Espanyol and Leganes. So unfortunately they're going to go down as well. They've been treading water as well, to be honest with you. I thought they were lucky to survive last season, but I think they're going to go down this season. So who's going to be joining them in the unlucky spot? 18th spot currently is Mallorca, and I also see them going to go down as well. They did get promoted last season. Actually, one of 3 promoted sides to go straight back down, so that's a shame. I do like them as well. They're a club that ring tradition as well for me, and I'm actually familiar with them, seeing them in the top tier. So unfortunately, they're going to go back down again. They're just not going to win the results or win the next few games to make sure of it. Into 17th, the luckiest team is Celta Vigo. I do see them rising to 16th. Again, it's a traditional old school club out in Spain. So yeah, it's good to see them stick around, but at the expense of Mallorca, Leganes and Espanyol. So into 16th is Eibar. Again, I see them gaining a spot as well to 15th over the next few days. They've been grinding out the points as well in the past few games. And again, this break is probably coming at a good time for the likes of Celta Vigo and Eibar to get a little bit more refreshed, recharged, and maybe go again, because the results might not have been going their way before the break, but I think everyone's going to come back refreshed, regrouped, and refocused as well. Into 15th spot, Valladolid. I see them jumping a few spots up to 12th over the next few days. Oh, not the next few days, over the next few games. So big progress for them. They'll have no relegation fears at the end of it. They'll be doing okay for themselves as long as they grind out the results, and I do expect them to do just that. We do have one questionable spot as 17th. Who's in there? Well, it could be Alaves. Could it be Alaves? No. I think, no, it is. It is. Sorry. I do see them doing a dramatic form. We do have a curious spot that is... We do have a curious spot still remaining, and that is number 17. That is... So one question mark has started to materialise is, who is in number 17th spot? Well, currently we have Celta Vigo, but they obviously finished in 16th. But next up we have Alaves, and I do see them battling against relegation and clinging on for dear life at the end of it. They'll hang on in there, though. They'll drop 3 or 4 spots to just 17th and cling on for dear life. Again, they had a decent season last season, or decent majority of the season before the wheels started to come off for them. But this season they're going to just cling on as well for dear life and cling on to the top flight of Spanish football. Next up we have 13th spot Levante. They all end up around about 14th. They'll drop off a little bit, but they'll cling on again closer to the drop zone than they are to the top. But I think they're content again whenever they as long as they're in the top flight of the Spanish football, they're all happy, because they're not one of the traditional big boys, the likes of Celta Vigo, Espanyol, quite a big side as well in my eyes. So yeah, I think they'll be content with sticking around. Next up we have Real Betis, another traditional side, currently find themselves 12th. I think they'll go up at 1 spot to 11th. They have made an amazing sign at the start of the season, a player that Liverpool were looking at, Nabil Fekir, French international, and they've still got Joaquim knocking on the door, one of the oldest players in the division as well, and one of the formerly one of the most expensive players in the world, but he's still at Betis, and he's still chipping away and still providing the goods as and when required, and I think they'll do a little bit better, just finish outside the top 10. Into 11th spot we have Osasuna. They'll come back a little bit into 13th spot. Again, they got promoted last season. They'll be content with that for sure. They were the draw specialists for the majority of the season, but I think they're going to start to lose more than they'll win over the next few games, and they'll trail back a little bit. Into the top 10 we go. We have Athletic Bilbao. I see them rising to 9th. Unfortunately, it's not going to be good enough for any European spots this season, but again, they're an old school club, Basque club as well. They've got their own limitations on players and things like that, but they're going to be 9th. Granada are currently 9th. They're going to drop down a spot to 10th, so those two sides will flip-flop, and Granada again got themselves promoted with Osasuna and who else? And Mallorca, and they'll finish a credible top 10, again just shy of the old Europa League spots. They've got Soldado leading the line, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Into 8th spot we have Villarreal, obviously. Very good side this season. Unfortunate to just miss out on the Europa League spots. They're going to be as they are, really. No further change. Cazorla pulling the strings, just so much so that it's still in the Spanish reckoning for Euro 2020 or 2021, depending on how we rephrase it these days. So Villarreal will just fall short of the Europa League spots. Into the top 7 we go. And it'll be Valencia. Big fall from grace from them. That's where they are currently. They'll rise to 6th spot, which will be a further round in the Europa League spots, and again they'll just miss out on the Champions League this season, so or next season should I say. So Valencia drop a spot. They'll gain a spot, but they'll drop out of the old Champions League. Into 6th, we have Atletico Madrid. They will make a bit of a rise, a bit of a surge. Obviously, the results have not gone their way, and again, it's probably worked out for the best for them to have a bit of a break, a regroup. They'll make a surge for the top 3 and do a dramatic rise or a dramatic finish for them, picking up some big results along the way. Into 5th spot, Getafe. They will just fall short as well. They'll drop a couple spots from 5th down to 7th. Which will give them, the Europa League football once again. They're still in the competition, I believe, this year, and I think they could be an outside bet to win it. And you never know, if they do win it, they could get the Champions League that way, but they're going to have to beat some big clubs along the way to do just that. Into 4th spot currently is my boys, Real Sociedad. Unfortunately, they'll just fall short into 5th. I think they'll be content with that as well to get back into European football once again. They have some really good players. What's his matey boys from Real Madrid? Is he on loan? The young Norwegian guy that everybody wanted to sign. I can't remember his name. And they've also got the goal scorer William Jose up top. That the Spurs were sniffing on the door. I think Barcelona were also trying to snatch him from their grasps in a sort of emergency transfer sort of situation. But fortunately for Real Sociedad, they held on to him, and they the better side for it. And you know what? I think they'll be content with 5th. It'll be a little bit harsh for them to miss out on the Champions League spots, but it'd be great if they did. But I just don't think they'll do it. Into 3rd, we have Sevilla. They're all hanging in there for 4th spot, and they'll be in the Champions League once again. A step up from this season. I think they were in the Europa League earlier in the start of this season. Into 2nd, it will be Real Madrid. They'll fall just short again. Barcelona will remain champions, even with the new fella in charge. He had a bit of a ropey start as manager. Zizi could still make amends for it with the Champions League, as could whoever the new dude in Barcelona. You could also end up with a daily double, but I think Zizi will be a little bit hard done by, and again it'll keep the weight for Real Madrid's return to the top of the table and the championship, the Liga trophy, will be on hiatus once again. Maybe next season they'll duke it out, but I think they need to sort their off the field matters. Get rid of Gareth Bale. Focus on bringing in new Galacticos. Maybe they'll bring in Neymar. You never know. I think they just need to refresh the blocks, reset the clocks, and go again next season, and start again without that sort of the question marks of a Gareth Bale over the shoulders. But that, my friends, is what I think what to expect in La Liga in Spain. What do you think? Do you agree or disagree? Do you think Real Madrid will oust Barcelona at the top of the table? Do you think Sociedad, Valencia or Getafe could make a late break for those top 4 spots? And what about the bottom? Do you think Leganes, Espanyol and Mallorca will survive? Give me your thoughts and opinions in your comment section down below. I look forward to your replies. And that, my friends, is where I'm going to leave you. Be sure to give this video some love and smash the old thumbs up. And, of course, smash and subscribe if you're new. New videos every single day on the channel, whether it is league predictions, football badges, whatever we got. We got product reviews. It's all here, babies, under one roofski. Until then, though, be sure to check out the description. Links to my other social media platforms are in there: Twitter, Facebook, and of course Patreon. If you want to go on Patreon, there's a link down below. Check it all out. For the price of a cup of Joe. Instant, of course. Until then, boys and girls, we'll be back tomorrow to wrap up the European leagues. We're going to take a little look at Serie A. Will it be Juve? Will it be, who else is in there? Lazio? Will it be Inter Milan? They're all in it. We'll find out tomorrow. Until then, I'm out. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.